Okay, let's have a look at Euro US dollar and the move up today. Last night we made a new low, and if you watched the last video, you'd know that I was looking for a new low for an ending diagonal, and we got it today, and I put an update on Twitter when we were at this level at resistance, watching for a corrective setup, because this move here on the 1 hour chart, this is a 5-wave advance. It's easier to see on the 15-minute chart, so I'll go over that quickly for anyone interested in a clear 5-wave advance. From the new low last night, we have wave 1, wave 2, and then wave 3 breaks down into 5 parts, so that's the end of wave 3. Wave 4 back to previous wave 4 of wave 3 level, and a new high for wave 5. And from there we got a sharp 3-wave correction, and after the CPI news was released, which it sold off on this candle and reversed afterwards. So from the low, we're in something of a counter trend move, because the trend overall remains down. We have not yet hit the 50% correction level, which is my target. I'm not convinced that the overall down move from December, I don't think that's over. And the down move from September is the one I've been looking at. I think we have another low to come, even though on the daily, you see prices closing above the EMA for the first time since, last time was 6 September. So that's a positive sign, but price action will have to reinforce that. If you look on the weekly, we're still well in a downtrend, and I expect when we come up towards the line here, we're going to see resistance creep in. Another way of looking at this, actually, let me first mention a reinterpretation of this lower part here. I mentioned a ending diagonal. Looking at it closer, I actually don't think that's likely. I'm reinterpreting this more as being a triangle. Now, at the end of a triangle, you get a final down move, and on the new low, it tends to reverse. The low can be a brief new low, it can be deeper. A new low is where you look for a reversal following a triangle. And I think this makes more sense. It doesn't really look like an ending diagonal. It has more the pattern of this, and if you look at the end of wave 3 here, we have A, B, C, D, and E for a triangle, new low, and today's reversal. So I think at the moment we are in a counter trend move, and I think based off of the bullish divergence here, as you see, new low, failure to make a new low twice on the stochastics, we have bullish divergence. Now, ideally, bullish divergence kicks in with a bullish candle. That's not the case here, so I'm expecting this to be relatively brief, but possibly for several days this week into next week. Price action will have to lead the way rather than assumptions. It's just that there were signs yesterday, and there are further signs, confirmatory signs today, that price has exhausted its current downtrend for now. If you want me to mention a level I'm looking at for this up move, I would target the top of the triangle here, 11630, 11650, this range right here. That's usually where we meet support, resistance, the beginning of a triangle. Just to go back to talking about the bullish divergence here on the stochastics and price, switching to the daily, we saw that back in July and August this year. We had a bullish divergence set up here in the summer, and price then turned back down, and it continued to set up bullish divergence. So it was a long swing here, and what we got in the end was, I think, over 2 weeks of a bullish advance. Something similar should happen here, just on a lower time frame on the 4 hours. So as I mentioned, just to conclude, I'm still looking for a low to the 50% level, possibly. Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. I'm looking for another new low. So any move up here, I would expect it to eventually head down one more time. It may end up looking something like this. It may be more pronounced. But either way, I'm not looking for a change in trend yet. I think we're in the middle of a bounce. All right, I'll leave it there for now. And I might post some stuff on Twitter tomorrow. Today's setup was good. And at the moment, it looks like we'll let price action lead the way. All right, cheers.